Hello, Supercars in Seconds here with a fun one I've been looking forward to trying. The Corvette Z06, the 8th generation body, the C8 with the Z06 motor. It's not just an engine transformation, of course. You've got the forged wheels. This is called the spider design, kind of cool. But look at that intake there. When you compare it to a regular C8, the car is almost 4 inches wider. I really like it a lot. We're going to go through the car from front to back, show you all the options. Look at these big exhausts. We'll have a listen to those in a minute as well. But what a beautiful car. They've really done a great job with it. And as a Z06, it's a much wider frame, but let's go through it from front to back and show you all the details. Starting up front here, look at that view, isn't that beautiful? This is the convertible version as well, electric folding hardtop. I'll show you that control on the door in a minute. But you may notice one of the cooler things it has is a little camera here and another one over here. Those are high-def cameras that work in a 360 system, but I can select a front camera. And that's one of my favorite things it has. They've really done a good job of creating an image where you can see literally what's in front of you. There's a concrete marker here, you know, like a car park space. You can see exactly where it is, and just by touching a button. Very nice. I like the LEDs. This design is pretty iconic already. It came out, of course, in 2020 as the C8, but this new Z06 of the 8th generation is just amazing. I really like it. She's 186 inches long, 79.7, almost 80 inches wide. That's wide for a supercar. And only 48 inches high, giving us that sort of more mass back there sort of look to it. It's really rather cool. The trunk is amazing. The interior space is just beautiful. Look at this thing. It's got the two-tone interior. But let's take a look and describe the powertrain to you. Of course, the powertrain, obviously powering these big 4 monsters. We don't really get to see this. It's a convertible version, electric folding hardtop. It's in 2 pieces to go down in under here, but the engine's below that, of course. It's a 5.5 naturally aspirated. There's a big key there. V8, 670 horsepower, 470 pounds of torque, driving just these monster big rear wheels through an 8-speed dual clutch transmission. I think the transmission is one of the highlights of the car, of course, as well as that crazy sound. 470 pounds of torque, and you really feel that come on pretty early. Naturally aspirated, of course, so you're not waiting for the turbos. It's a lovely whoosh and just wave of power that comes over you. The wheels and tires are just monstrous. This is the, again, the spider design. It is a forged wheel, and this rear tire is a 345 section, only 25 series, 21-inch diameter, and up front is a 275 section. That's a big front tire. It's a 20-inch here, so you've got a bit more wall there. It's just a 30 series, a little bit more wall for comfort, for a comfortable ride. This one has the ceramic brake option, which is amazing. Look at that big Brembo unit. It has the Punisher logo on it, you'll see somewhere. And this one has the orange calipers as well to match this Amplify orange paint. They also selected the orange seat belts, which is kind of a nice detail as well, I think, for this particular car. To open up the trunk, we got our front trunk and rear trunk. It's interesting because it's mid-engine. There's a small space behind it. I'll click on the key twice, bang, bang, and it'll pop this rear section open. The black arrows here, that's an option as well. We've got the Corvette mats down in there, but I'll put my hand down inside. It's a good size back here. I think it's designed for golf clubs to fit in the width, so it's a good size trunk back there. I like the soft close too. When I close it down, it touches, it pulls itself back down. The more you walk around the car, the more cool details you see. Look at that front fender. If I get low, you'll really start to see how sculpted it is. It's very beautiful. They've done a nice job with the design, they really have. And again, this wider flare to it, just here and back there, that much bigger opening, of course, to get more air onto those radiators and so on. Another large radiator up here, you can see in the cooling circuit. But let's take a look inside. This is some nice details inside the car. Isn't that beautiful? I like all the controls in there. You got your memory positions here, convertible top operation, and a little window behind your head. One of the nice features on it, because of the year of the car, 2023, it says, I don't know if you can see it, but it says Corvette 70 years, 1953 to 2023. That's kind of nice. Because it's in the glass, it's reversed, so when you look in the rear view mirror, you can read it again, which is rather nice. Mirrors are adjusted just here, and you can fold them in and so on. Window switches. Door lock. This is the door latch here, just touching that. It's an electric latch. Door locks, and releasing the trunks from inside the car down here. Nice seating controls, of course. Back and forth. It does have heated and cooled seats. Those controls are in the center, and it's kind of an interesting way of doing it. They've lined them all up in a row. Driver up here, passenger down here, and then you've got the fan speeds shown in the center. We have a 12-inch screen in front of the driver, and an 8.5-inch screen for the displays in the center that we'll take a look at in a minute. Nice detail back here, again showing there's a speaker, but it shows the 70th logo. And you don't really see it, but perhaps if I get back far enough, there is the Corvette wings again into that speaker grille. Very cool display there. I'll touch the little starter button, which is just back here, and wake this thing up. Glorious sound there, really a glorious sound. Nick that I work with knew a little secret. When you're in neutral, if you pull both paddles, you can rev the engine right up to its max. So let's have a listen to how that sounds. Good looking displays in the car. This is configurable, of course, by changing it. And down in the center, you got a little picture of a road. This here is your mode adjuster. If I push this at this little thing, I can twist it. So I'll twist it to the side and let go, and it changes it to sport. And I just heard the exhausts open up a little bit more. Yes, there they are. Rather fun. It shows you on the screen what modes you're in as well. I'll turn this down a little bit more. It goes into the track mode just here. And now everything is super aggressive. They've done a great job of isolating each component and making it more and more aggressive as you turn that further and further to the right. Transmission here is kind of cool, so we're pulling this up for drive, selecting neutral, pulling this up for reverse, and selecting P for park. Cup holders down in here, got the keys in there right now. I like it closed, there's a lovely clean look to it. In the center console, we got USB-C, regular USB, and a headphone jack as well. Not very deep there, but that's a normal Corvette thing. They've always been kind of shallow in the middle there. An actual volume button, I like that. They've actually given us a volume button. I do have it on the steering wheel as well, of course, and I can scroll through different things on the display with little arrows around here as well. I do have a save a mode button, the Z button, of course, there. Allows me to save all my favorite settings into the car. Steering wheel itself, of course, a square carbon top and bottom with a 12 o'clock mark. I don't know if you can really see it in the camera, but they've done a nice little black tint in the center of the, just so you know where top and straight is. I like the Z06 plate in the bottom. They've really done a good job. Heads-up display control is here. I don't know if you can catch it just there. I can maybe see it. It might flash in the camera because it's like a polarized view to it. I like the vents. The little AC vents are very sleek and clean. You can just move them around up and down. Very nicely done there. But we got a 670 horsepower naturally aspirated V8. I think we should take it for a little blast. Let's I'll get this thing up into track mode and we'll take her out. Okay, let's go for a little cruise. I'm gonna leave the roof down actually. I've got it up in track mode. I'm gonna click up here into drive. And we'll wake this big 5.5 V8 into life here. All right, here we go. Amazing sound. It's loud in here. Beautiful balance. No body roll at all. Love that crack of it. Let's try these big 15.7-inch front brakes. Oof. Really, really good. Not much pitch of the nose under braking. Good solid feel. I could really almost feel the pad right through the pedal. right-hander, great sound, unbelievable grip. God, those big 3, 4, 5s really grab. The car has the 14-speaker Bowers audio system. I don't think I'd ever switch it on. I've got a nice musical note attached to my right foot. Ah, impressive. Great cornering forces, much higher than I was expecting. It's an impressive car. That's fun. That's really fun. The mid-range punch is impressive. They go, when you get about that 40, 50 miles an hour, it just has another whoosh of power that just comes at you. I'm really enjoying the car. It's very impressive. Steering sharp. It's much heavier than the conventional C8. I've driven that car quite a bit. This one's much more aggressive. Let's go back down into our right-hander. We're in a third gear here. Just turn it in hard. You can literally lean on the tire. Oh, it's good. I love the sound. It's exciting. No rattles, no squeaks, no shakes in the car. It's really beautifully put together. But let's head back and I'll give you a summary on the car. What a great car. I've really enjoyed it. They've done a great job with the design. Much more aggressive, as I mentioned, than the conventional C8, particularly this wider body and that great big opening there in the side has really made for an impressive car. It doesn't push much. It wants to turn in. Of course, some of the biggest tires you'll ever see definitely helps that. I do like the ceramic brakes as an option. I think that's worth getting. I like the convertible, but of course the regular one you can lift out as well, so you know, either was fine, but the convertible just looks good. A very aggressive look and a fabulous car that, if you're considering cars under the 200,000 price point, there's not much will keep up with this one as a new car, that's for sure. Thanks for watching. I'll catch up with you again on another video very soon.